Okay, introduction to the virtualization concept. Here, working of virtualization in cloud computing. Here, the cloud computing in the sense, how can you providing the virtualization? You are providing the virtualization for the hardware and then operating system, server, and then storage. Not only not limited to this four. Here you have a different virtualization techniques are there. Here, the working of virtualization. The working of the virtualization in cloud computing. Here, it is a process. The virtualization in cloud computing is a process which the user of cloud shares the data. Here, what is the process here? The user always sharing the data to the vendor, or not a vendor here, cloud providers, cloud consumers are there. The user of cloud shares the data to the some other persons. That is called here present in a cloud, which can be application software, which can be application software. That is called here virtualization. Here, the it provides a the virtualization in cloud computing provides a environment in a cloud, which can be software, hardware, or anything here. For anything, you are going to provide in the environment. The virtualization environment in the cloud, which can be a software, hardware, or anything. That's called here virtualization. Is it clear? I think that is a virtualization environment. Here, in particular, virtualization, the server and software applications which are required by the cloud providers maintained by the third party here. Here, for maintaining this information, they have to pay some amount of money. And that means that is a in cloud platform. That is a main important thing in a cloud. And then it can be explained with the help of hypervisor. That means in the cloud platform, the virtualization concept, how can you implement the virtualization concept? That can be done by the this hypervisor. What is a hypervisor here? Hypervisor is a software in a software. That means which is a simple software. The cloud customer can access the server. Here it is an interface between a virtual, the virtual machine and the server. It is an interface between the virtual machine and the server. It is a one of the separate layer. Here, what is the main work of this layer here? It layer separates the all virtual machines, all virtual operating system. What is the need of separating this information? Because if one virtual operating or virtual machine fail, it cannot affect it to the other virtual machine. For doing that thing, that means that is a isolation process. Here, for doing that kind of information, here you are using the virtualization. Here hypervisor also known as a virtual mission monitor. Virtual mission monitor. That's called here hypervisor. Here this hypervisor is a connectivity between a server and a virtual environment. Here the server consists of the physical hardware. Is it clear? That means in the bottom you will identify the physical hardware. In the figure, the bottom you will identify the physical hardware. What is the necessity here? That is a connectivity. Already I explained that concept here. Connectivity between a server as well as the virtual environment. The virtual environment you will for the one server you will have the n number of virtual servers. You will create the n number of virtual servers. That is called here virtualization concept. Here this hypervisor distributes the resources between a different virtual environment. Resources between a different virtual environment. That is a information. And then also known as a hypervisor, also known as a thin layer. It is a thin layer that interact between a different information. That interact the resource of the physical computer. Call it as a host, and allocate these resources to the other operating system. Here, the other operating system, for example, in our system, you have one operating system is there. For example, in my system, I am having the Windows 10. Here I want to interact with the Linux operating system. Here for the Linux operating system, I'm going to create in the virtual operating system. Here this virtual operating system, also known as a guest operating system. Here that means allocated resources for the other operating system. Whatever may be the resources, those resources are software resources for the guest operating system. That is a virtualizer. Here, what about the guest operating system? The guest operating system requests the resource from the hypervisor. Here, hypervisor separate a guest operating system, so each can run without interface from the others. That is a information. Each can be interface from the other. What is the need here? What is the need of separating this information? Hypervisor separate each guest operating system, so each can run without interface from the others. Here for example, it's up, you have a one server is there. For the server you are creating the 10 virtual machines. Here, if any one virtual machine among the 10 fails, it will not affect it to the other virtual machine. For doing that thing, you will having the hypervisor. This hypervisor separate each guest operating system. That is the main intention of using this virtualization virtual layer. But without in the in our without virtualization, there is no concept of a virtual layer or hypervisor. Here there is a virtualization, there is a hypervisor is there. Here for doing that kind of information. That is a the role of hypervisor. And then this can be, there are few ways to run the multiple application and multiple user by using single server. Here one is a live migration, other one is a dynamic resource handling. Here live migration here. Here this is called here live migration. Here transforming one thing, configuring the virtual machine to move from one host to another host. Here for configuring virtual, for configuring virtual machines from one host to another host by implementing some software. Here you will having the one operating one system is there. The right side another system is there. Migrating this, that means migrating in the sense changing. That is a software. That means it's never allows them to shut down while they are in work. That's called, this method also call it as a live migration. Here coming to the another one is a dynamic resource handling. Here what is a dynamic resource handling here? In the working virtual machine in cloud computing, you will have in the one task that's called here dynamic resource handling. Here dynamic resource handling also call it as a load balancing. Here what is a load balancing? Distributing set of tasks over a set of resources, called here is a load balancing. That means here you are going to distributing the set of tasks over the set of resources is called load balancing. Here the load is balanced among the multiple hosts to better utilize the virtual mission resources. This procedure also called it as a dynamic resource handling. Here, that is a one of the concept in a virtualization. Here, if you comes to the definition of virtualization, if you comes to the virtual hypervisor, if you come to the live migration, and then dynamic resource handling, these are all different concepts in a virtualization. Coming to the virtual mission. Virtual machine in the sense, for example, you have a applications are there, operating systems are there. It is a one of the virtual machine. Here if you comes to the this diagram, if you in particular diagram here, you have a virtual machine. The virtual machine in the sense operating system as well as the some applications. Is it clear or not? Here on top of the system, for example, there is a hardware is there, hardware system. On top of the system you are installing the operating system. On top of the operating system you are installing the our application. That is a our system work. But is a, if it comes to the virtualization, there is a separate layer existed. That's called here hypervisor existed, and then you have a n number of virtual machines existed. Here this is called here the simply thing here both are similar application and operating system. N number of application, n number of operating systems are there. Here what is a virtual machine? The duplication of real machine. The duplication of real machine. The virtual machine is represented of physical server. That means in the cloud computing, the server that means virtualization of server is the very important, not the operating system, not in a storage. That means virtualization of server very important. The virtual representation of physical server consists of operating system as well as the one or more applications here. Here listen this thing here, you have to remember the concept. The virtualization, the virtual machine is a virtual representation of physical server. Virtual representation of physical server that consists of operating system as well as the n number of applications, one or more application. Here an operating system run in a virtual machine, you call it as a guest operating system. Here if you comes to here the operating systems, if you comes to here you have a n number of operating system. For the one physical server you will have the n number of operating, you are running the n number of operating system in a particular system. Is it clear? These uh, operating systems, these particular operating systems are called as a guest operating systems. Here each virtual machine is a self-contained operating environment. It's having the self-contained operating environment, it's having the own operating system, and that behave as a separate computer. Here the virtual machine is consist of different files. What are the different files here? It consists of a single file, either single file or group of file that can be read or executed by the virtual layer. That means it consists of a single file or a group of files. Here coming to the these files here, now what is a file? One is a configuration file, other one is a virtual desk file, other one is a log file. Here in the virtual machine you have a three different files. The each and every much virtual machine includes the three different files: configuration file one, virtual disk file, and then log file. What is the configuration file here? The configuration file stores the virtual machine settings. The virtualization, you have a, that means everything stored as a file. Here, a configuration file in the sense stores the virtual machine settings, and then virtual disk file. Here, virtual disk. What is the necessity of virtual disk file in this virtual machine? Here, the software version of a hard drive. The virtual file stores the software version of a hard drive, and the log file. What is the necessity of log file here? The log file keeps track of virtual machine activities. Here, what are the activities here? That means the activities may be system failure, hardware changes, the migration of virtual machine from one host to another host, and then virtual machine status. Here, all activities stored in a one file. The file you call it as a log file. Once again, repeat it here. The virtual machine having the three different files. Here, what are the three different files in this case? One is a configuration file, virtual disk file, and then log file. This is the information regarding the virtual machine. Here, VMware offers the various tools for managing these files. Here we have a three different files are there. What are the configuration files, virtual disk file, log file? Here for managing these information, you have a in the VMware software, you have a separate tool is there. Already explained that concept previously. That means you can configure virtual machine settings using vSphere client, which is a command line interface for the virtual machine management. vSphere is a command line interface. Here, vSphere Web Services software development kit to configure virtual machine via other operating system. This is a something about the virtual machine. And then the next concept in this case here, the objectives of virtual machine. What are the different objectives? Objective, the main, what is the, that means you are doing virtualization. What is the necessity of virtualization? What is the main goal of virtualization? What is the main aim of virtualization? Here you have a different objectives for virtualization. You have a 8 different objectives are there. The first objective here is the main aim here is a reduction of system complexity, the reduction of hardware cost, the reduction of facilities cost, the reduction of maintenance cost, and then not only that information, increased use of hardware resources, reduced management and resource cost, improved business flexibility, and then improved security and reduce the downtime. These are all, that means for this objectives, for this goal, you came into the virtualization concept. Here, these are all different objectives of virtualization. Coming to the first objective, hardware cost reduction. Because of virtualization, you will reducing the hardware cost by running many application on a single physical computer. What is the virtualization? You have a one server, one computer is there. For the computer, on top of the computer, you are installing the n number of operating systems, n number of applications. Here, n number of operating system and n number of application. Only you have a single computer. From the single, that means then only, for example, I want to run a one organization. I want to start a one company. For this company, I require 10 computers. Here, that means instead of 10 computer, I can buy one or two computer. From the computer, I am going to creating the virtual operating systems. Here, that means for reducing the hardware cost. In this way, you are going to reducing the hardware cost. That means multiple application on a single computer. That is called here, you will reduce the cost. And other important one here is system complexity reduction. Here, that means the system complexity reduction in this case by having a unified interface for accessing all of our system. Unified access is there. For example, all having this different same configuration. That means all are virtual machines. By having the reduced number of physical computer, that means you are not having the n number of physical computer. Here for one computer, you are creating the n number of virtual machine. That's why you are reducing the complexity. You are simplify our system and its management. Here, that is the second objective. Here coming to the third one, facilities cost reduction. Facilities in the sense, here for example, if you come to the facilities, power consumption, cooling requirement, space requirement. Here for example, if you want to start an IT company, for a particular IT company, you require all this information. If you have the thousands of computer, you require power, you require cooling requirements, you require space. Here by virtualization concept, you are eliminating the many physical machines. That means because of virtualization concept, you are going to eliminating the many physical machines. That's why you reduce the power consumption, cooling requirement, space requirements. Here the maintenance cost reduction. Here the one of the another objective here is a maintenance cost. Here because of you are reducing the amount of hardware, so reducing the rate of failure. Here no need to maintain the n number of persons. That means you reduce the maintenance. That means you know no need to take the more number of employees. The reduction of rate of failure. And then there are not these four are the objectives. There are main objectives are there. Here the coming four main objectives are called as a main objective to virtualization, demonstrating the value offered to the organization. Here what are that one? Increased use of hardware resources, reduced management and resource cost, improved business flexibility, and finally improved security and reduction downtime. Increased use of hardware resources. already previously explained that one. Here you have a instead of 100 systems, I am using only 10 systems. Then you are using increased more number of hardware resources. With that means improvements in the technology, a typical server hardware resources are not being used to full capacity. That means all systems cannot not using in the IT company. On average, 5 to 15% of hardware resources are being utilized in a IT sector, or IT or any company. One of the goal of virtualization is to resolve this problem. Only you are using the 5 to 15 percentage, remaining 85 percentage of hardware wasted. Here that is a that means for doing that one, there is a solution is called virtualization. By allowing a physical server to run a virtualization software, a server's resources are used much more efficiently. This greatly reduces the both management and operating cost. That is a one of the advantages because of this increased use of hardware resources. And then, for example, if you have an organization, for example, if you have the Infosys company, that means in this company used 5 different servers for different services. Instead of having the 5 physical servers, I am taking the only one single server, physical server, and then in that on top of the server, I am installing the n number of virtual servers. Here is it that means you are saving the money, you are saving the space. That means all advantages are there. These server could be run on a single physical server operating as a virtual servers. That means that is called here the main advantages. That is an example. That means five for the Infosys company they required 5 different servers for 5 different services. That means 5 different services for providing the different services. Each and every company providing the different services. That is a advantage. And then reduce the management and the resource cost. One of the objective for reducing the management due to this increased power demand, the, the construction of more building is very costly for the business. Is it correct or not? That means management resource cost. Using virtual infrastructure, businesses can save the large amount of money because of they require a few physical missions. That means with the few physical missions, remaining missions are virtual missions. Here, another important one here is a improved business flexibility. Here, because of this one, improved business flexibility. Whenever a business needs to expand, its number of workstations and servers is lengthy and costly process. Is it clear? Is it correct or not? Here, that means expanding in the sense, for example, now I am using the 5 different servers, 5 different missions. I am having the lot of profit. I want to expand. That means I am using, I am working in a within India. I want to expand to USA. I want to expand to UK. That's why I required some more servers. For this one, if you apply the virtualization concept, it is a lending. If you apply the virtualization concept, it is easy to work it. That means an organization is first to make a room for physical locations and then new mission and you have to order and then set up. And then you have to buy the new missions and then set up. That is called here because of virtualization, you reduce the concept here. The virtual mission easily set up. No additional hardware cost, no need for extra physical space, no need to wait around. That is a thing. And then virtual mission management software also make it easier for the administrators to set up virtual mission and control access to a particular resources. That is another objective of virtualization. Coming to the last important objective in this virtualization here is a improved security and reduced downtime. When a that means improved security here. When a mission fails, physical mission fails, usually all of its software content becomes a inaccessible. Here, that means that is a thing. For example, that is a physical mission fail in the sense you cannot access the software. All content in that mission become a unavailable, unavailable, and there is a some downtime. There is some downtime to go along with this until the problem is fixed. Here, virtual missions separate entities from the another. Here, in the virtualization, in the virtual, if one virtual mission fails, it will not affect it to the another virtual mission. For doing that concept here, there is a hypervisor is there. Here, therefore, if one of them fails and has a virus, they are completely isolated from the other software on that on that physical mission, including other virtual mission. This greatly increase the security because the problems can be contained. That means you have a high security because of virtualization concept. Here, the next in the next class, you will discuss about the objectives of virtualization and the characteristics of virtualization. Okay, thank you. I'm going to closing here.